Hi guys, welcome back to the Home and Homestead. If you're new to the channel, my name is Rebecca. Today we'll be doing some gardening. We'll be planting our herb garden, both in and above ground. I'll be using a number of starter plants as well as seeds to create a nice space where I can collect herbs for various recipes and garnishes. So follow along while we plant our herb garden today. So here we have our fenced-in herb garden. It's a raised bed style enclosure, and right in the center here I have some perennials, which are chives, and I have a large ring that stays in place there. Off to the side I have two rings that I'll be planting some rosemary plants and some artesian pots. You can check out a video I have on particular herbs I like to plant inside of containers, and that way it helps prevent them from spreading and taking over an area of the herb garden. I have some thyme, which I planted from seed last year, and that is a perennial that has come back again. So let's get the rest of our herb plants and seeds into the soil. So I just loosen up the roots just a little bit and then cover it back up. Put the straw close to the plant again. That helps to prevent the soil from drying out too quickly, and it works as a nice weed barrier as well. So I'll plant the other rosemary plant as well. Now in this corner I'll plant two sweet basil plants. I really like using the sweet basil for caprese salads and making pesto. And there's a fun twist on a mojito that you can make with basil. Just loosen up the root system a little bit. Cover up with the straw. I'll add some cages to here because once the basil grows, it grows into a nice tall bush. And now on this side of the garden, I'll add a parsley plant and a cilantro plant. I like planting cilantro and parsley. I use them quite a bit in recipes and as garnishes, but I also make a chimichurri sauce, and you can use parsley or cilantro. It works nice for that. If you have family members that don't care for cilantro, parsley makes a nice substitute. Get some cages around these plants because when the parsley and the cilantro grow, they grow into nice big bushes as well. Okay, so that's it for the in-ground herbs that we'll be planting this year. Now I'll go to the varieties I like to put into containers. So I have 3 different style pots. Again, in this first pot I have some thyme, and it came back from seed that I planted last year. It's a perennial. The mint and oregano, they did not come back this year, so I'll plant anew. And then in this third pot, I'm going to plant some sage. You can start sage indoors and then transplant, but we're mild enough this spring that I'm just going to plant directly into the container. Sage works really nice in stuffing and for poultry recipes and things like that. So I wanted to see if I could grow some myself this year. So in this bigger pot, I'm going to put my mint. And I like to do spearmint. I usually try to get 3 nice size starter plants into here, and then eventually becomes one big mass of mint. Mint and oregano tend to overtake an area of a garden, or if you're planting in ground just in a bed, they will continue to spread and take over. If you want that look, you go right ahead. If you want to keep it more contained, then I would recommend planting inside of a container. I'll add some more soil on top once I'm finished planting all these plants. And here I have some oregano. I like to use oregano in various Italian style dishes. And then I like to dehydrate this and add this to my spice cabinet for use throughout the year. Loosen up this root structure. It's really tightly in that pot. It's just begging to be up-potted here. Add some more soil to that one as well. Now for the sage, when I do herbs and things like that from seed, I just sprinkle the entire packet over the top. It's a 1/4 inch depth for planting, and then I just lightly spread the soil on top, and I'll give that a nice watering. So let me tidy up a little bit. I'll add some more soil to these pots, because once they're watered, the level will go down quite a bit. And I'll give you a final look of the herb garden this year. And last but not least, let's add some decorative touches to our herb garden. All right, here you have it. Here is our herb garden, all planted both in ground and in containers. So we'll have a nice variety of fresh herbs to use throughout the year for recipes, as well as cocktails and mocktails, and later food preservation projects. We have some nice sweet basil in those 2 caged plants, cilantro, parsley, 2 rosemary, chives, thyme, mint, oregano, and sage. And I also have a solar rain gauge, some paving stones, add some nice touches of color and whimsy to the garden, and of course our little German Shepherd statue. I hope you enjoyed our time together in the garden while we planted our herb garden this year. If you'd like to see what varieties of herbs I planted in previous years, you can check out those videos as well. And if you are interested in gardening, I have a number of videos in the gardening and in the yard playlist. Well, if you're new to the channel or haven't done so yet, I would really appreciate you subscribing. If you enjoyed this video as well as other videos, remember to give them a thumbs up. See you next time. Take care.